Hi, good evening, everyone. Our speaker is just joining. We'll start the session in a couple of minutes. And till the time speaker arrives, I would like to welcome you all on behalf of Bangalore Valuers Association. Bangalore Valuer Association has just got created in the month of April with amongst its valuer enthusiasts. It serves the interests of the members of valuation professionals by providing new generation skills and opportunities of networking. It also provides leadership to strengthen the professional capabilities, integrity, objectivity, and social relevance. Also, standards and preeminence of India's valuation professionals, both nationally and internationally, so becoming a gateway of knowledge for valuation professionals. We wish to help members to add value to their customers and employers by increasing their professional excellence and services, and also offer a reliable and respected source of public policy, advice, and comments to bring about more effective laws and policies and transparent administration and governance. In the same context, last month we had a deliberation of valuers bill where more than 180 registered valuers participated, and we have made a very good number of observations to be given to the MCA. At the same time, we are also in a lot of discussions with various international agencies to train our members in valuation concepts and skills. And few of them were asked few questions regarding what is the association with Manas Consulting. Actually, the BVS account has still not been activated due to lockdown time, and hence we have used this Manas Consulting support. And to just take you through this 4-day seminar, how it will be, how it is going to go about, our president, Mr. Abraham Matthews, is going to speak about that. A small introduction of Abraham Matthews. He has got over 30 years of consulting experience. And he's presently chairman of Sartan Advisors, and he focuses on consulting of startup enterprises and financial modeling. And earlier, last 30 years, he has got experience with Asian Paints and Infosys at a very senior level. And he is also a member of our CA Institute. I'm just going to unmute him. Sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ravi, and welcome to everybody. Let me just briefly set the context of what we want to do. When some of us met, Chetan, Shravan, and a few others, all of us met, we thought that we should improve the ability of members to be able to issue ESOP valuation reports. Now, issuing ESOP valuation reports by itself requires us to have the ability to understand the valuation framework, have the ability to know what are the laws which relate to it, see if there is any experience we can take from practical situations, and also be able to come up with a valuation report, which is what the members can issue. So our intention in this whole course is to be able to help members to issue valuation reports for assignments which they get. So this is just to set the context. What we try to do is to find people who are eminently capable. So Anjan, Babu, I think, has been a person who has, he will be introduced by the other speakers, but let me just mention that all of the faculty who are going to be addressing you have a lot of experience in what they're doing, and we hope that you will be able to take away from it. With this, I'll just hand off to the next speaker. Thank you, Ravi. Thanks to everybody.
Yeah, just a minute. I'll. Yeah, Shravan, over to you.
Thank you, Abram sir, for setting the tone for this 4-day series of a seminar on ESOP valuation. Well, the very first day, that is today, the speaker is a very well-known faculty member. Is also a well-known face and name, especially for those of you who have attended the 50 hours training for RV through IIV RVO. None other than Anjan Babu. He's a practicing chartered accountant. After his brief stint as a manager with the Rav and MR chartered accountancy firm in Bangalore, he started his own firm in the name and fashion Anjan and Co. He actually spends a considerable amount of time in the field of teaching. He is a faculty member for accountancy, audit, corporate law, financial management, and economics at different levels of the CA curriculum. And he's also a visiting faculty at the Christ University and St. Joseph's College of Commerce. He has passed the limited insolvency and bankruptcy exam in the year 2017 itself. With this brief introduction, I welcome Anjan Babu to the very first day of this 4-day series. Over to you, Anjan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shravan, for that warm introduction. And thank you for Bangalore Valuers Association for organizing it, especially Ravindranath sir. He has taken a lot of pains to organize this session for the benefit of everyone. Uh, Thank you, Shilpa madam, for coordinating between participants and myself. And thank you, special thanks to Abraham sir, who really set the tone for these ESOP valuation sessions. So when I had a word with him about a week ago on what is the expectation of the participants, or what is the expectation in the market today with regard to valuers, especially when an assignment of ESOP valuation is given. So that is when he told Anjan, this session that we are going to do should be we should provide them enough tools so that they can go about and taking up assignments in valuation and go about valuing ESOPs. So with that, and also a little bit of technical guidance from Abraham, I'm grateful to whatever tools he has also provided. So without much further delay, let me just begin our discussion on ESOP valuation. So by now you should have received two documents, one the presentation material and the second one being am I audible to everyone? Is my voice too low? Is it okay? Shilpa madam, can you confirm whether I'm audible? Okay. All right. So the two documents that you should have received by now on your WhatsApp groups is one, the presentation material, and the other one is the ESOP valuation calculator. The valuation calculator is basically if you put in the inputs, you get the output of what should be the value of an ESOP. So now, what are the things, what is the plan for the day, and what are the things we are going to discuss? So first is just so that there are no second thoughts about basics, we will just quickly go through some of the terms and a brief about the ESOPs. Second is, since today's agenda is the valuation framework, that is the topic of the day. So we're going to look at the various valuation models that are out there that we can use to value ESOPs. And we'll also compare which valuation method we should use in each of these circumstances. Then we'll see what are a case study, a single case study on ESOP valuation, but that should be good enough to cover most of the scenarios. We'll be covering a valuation concept on graded vesting, which is usually used in many places today. And finally, we'll also see what is the recent COVID-19, the shutdowns and the impending economic recession. What is the impact it is going to have on valuation of ESOPs, or the companies which have already issued ESOPs? What is going to be the state of it? Now, when it comes to the COVID-19 impact on it, I have just made a brief study. Since it will be relevant for today's topic, I'll be talking. But if any of the members have a more in-depth understanding of what should be done, please do share it. If you have any questions during the middle, you can post it on the chat box. I will have my eye on the chat box. So in case if you have any questions, please do post it over there. All right. So, right. What certain terms that we shall go before going ahead and understanding ESOPs. So ESOP scheme is basically, you can say the concept of ESOPs became really rampant in the late 80s, early 80s to late 80s, especially in the United States. Why it became famous is a lot of managers, top level managers, CEOs, CFOs, and other CXOs were criticized for drawing large amount of remunerations, even though the company may not have been doing exceptionally well. They were drawing large amount of remunerations, and in a lot of general meetings there was a lot of questioning on the managers as to the remuneration that they were paid. So a solution was devised where the managers are also vested with the interests of the company and are not just a fixed expenditure burden to the shareholders. So what they did was they gave them a bare minimum basic remuneration, as well as they gave them employee stock options, which would allow them to get the same amount of income as rest of the shareholders are getting, because they'll be very much interested. And there's a brief history about ESOPs, and most famously, our very own Infosys was one of the pioneer companies in India that started issuing ESOPs. Now, in today's scenario, you can see most of the startups adopting this in order to reduce their operating leverages and not pay out heavy remunerations to their various staff lines. Now, grant letter. What is a grant letter? Grant letter is basically people whoever are eligible for an ESOP scheme will be provided a grant letter which has the various details of the scheme. Next, the vesting period. So what is a vesting period is, say you receive a grant letter, you're part of a startup or any company, and if you stay with the company for a certain period of time, your options will get vested. All right. If you are with the company for 4 years, then you would have that 4 years is known as the vesting period, and post the 4 years, your ESOPs will be eligible to be executed, or you can go ahead and take the grant of the ESOPs. Grant date is basically the date on which ESOPs which are vested will be eligible for you to take. Graded vesting is basically a situation when the qualification for you to get ESOPs will be graded over a period of time. Like, for example, you stay for a period of 3 years, and the total options that are given to you is, say, around 10,000 options. If you stay for 3 years, 20% of the options will be vested for you, granted to you. And if you stay for 4 years, another 20%. If you stay for 5 years, another 20%. And if you stay for 6 years, the rest of the 40% of the options will be granted to you. So that is graded vesting. Vesting conditions is basically, there are many types of vesting conditions we come across these days. One is performance-based vesting. If the company has performed, like it has clocked in this much turnover, if it has reached these valuations, or if it